In this video, I'm doing yet another product review. This time, I'm reviewing the Apex clip-on gauge. This little adapter allows you to measure the tension on your Apex extender without needing a caliper or a ruler. It's super handy, it's super useful, but is it fatally flawed? In this video, I'm going to go ahead and review it, give you all my thoughts on it, and ultimately tell you whether you should get this add-on or not. It's going to be a short and sweet video, so let's get started. First, let's do a bit of a product overview. So essentially, this is called the Apex clip-on gauge. You can get it at massivenovelties.com. It's only $8, so it's quite affordable. You can get it one where it comes with pounds. There's the one on the left, and one where it comes with pounds and kilograms. And here's some pictures. Here's essentially what it looks like on the device. So yeah, it's super basic. It's only $8. And as you know me, I've been preaching that every extender should have a built-in scale or a built-in way to tell how much tension you're applying. And if you know why you follow my channel, it's because I follow and preach the RestoreX protocol, which uses dynamic tension adjustment. And if you want to find out more about that protocol, please make sure you watch this other video. So this is pretty much it. Again, this product is super basic. So let's just get on with the product review. Okay, so here I have it in my hand. So it's super basic. I essentially got two of them. I got two of them and they're about 2.5 inches in length here. So I'll tell you why I got two of them in a second. So it's a super basic. They came in a very basic white envelope. I threw the envelope away, so unfortunately I can't do like quote unquote unboxing. So yeah, so here's what it looks like. You can see the numbers right there and like has like a little Massive Novelties logo. Pretty basic, but pretty cool. Good quality, I would say, overall. Now let's go on with my thoughts on it as a product. So essentially the way that it works is you clip it on to this bar here on the Apex extender. So essentially you just clip it on like this. This is the way that it works. And you essentially can now, as you apply tension, where it ends here with this, where the bottom of the spring is, it's essentially how much tension you're applying. Okay, so that's basically how it works. It's super basic. Now the reason that I got two of them is because I wanted to try out having one on each side. And the reason that I wanted to try out is because a lot of the times when I'm screwing when I'm adding tension, I can't really tell if it's straight like this, if this bar is straight. Sometimes it starts going like this, not to this level, but like I just can't really tell just with the naked eye whether it's perfectly straight. And that can cause issues because sometimes like the Apex catches on the thread here, and essentially that can basically stop you from getting the optimal tension that you want, right? Because you're basically catching and now you're applying the tension on the thread, on the rod, instead of like on your penis. So to me, like having it straight is important. And I know that the newest Apex come with this little like adapter here that stops a lot of the catching. So to be quite honest, I'm not sure if the units that you're buying today come with it or not, but my version didn't come with it. So yeah, so there's still quite a bit of catching here, and that's a big problem. And so that's why I wanted two of them. But you know, the problem is that when I have two of them, it's quite clunky. So this is the Totalman vacuum cup that I use. This is the size 3, the one that I use personally for my penis, for my glands, and it just barely fits. It's okay, but it's really clunky. As you can tell now, like if I put it like to the size where it's enough room for both of them for the cup to fit, the clip-on gauge starts touching the nut here, right? And that's problematic because it's just very I keep using the word janky, right? But it starts to touch it. So I don't think it's realistic to have two of them, and it barely so I just mainly like use one, and just having one is problematic, honestly. Like you have to make sure that you have it enough to the side where like when you're applying tension, it doesn't hit like this the knob here, right? So and that's fine. Another problem that I had is when you're applying tension, it's actually on your penis. This rod, this little bar here, does not sit perfectly flat on the springs here. Like the springs are not perfectly flat, right? As you can tell here, see if you can see, right? Like all around this little part here of the spring is a little bit more raised. And so depending on where your springs are, it's not gonna fall flat. And what it does is that makes the bar basically kind of wiggle back and forth like this, which causes the clip-on gauge to essentially go to the back. In my case, like go like this, right? When you're applying tension, it goes like this. So you basically kind of have to fix it, and you have to kind of fix the bar so that it's straight, and then you can see it. So that's one of the problems that I had. It's not a huge problem, but it is quite annoying nonetheless. The main problem really is the fact that that this takes up so much real estate of this area. So it does barely work with the 3 here. Like it works fine with the Totalman cup size 3. But if you're using something like the Totalman compression plate, it's no good. As you can see, it doesn't fit here. If you're using something like the LG hanger, which I love, I use this a lot, it doesn't fit as well. It just takes up, clip-on gauge takes up way too much of the real estate. Here I have a Totalman cup size 4 and it doesn't fit as well. So if you're using, it'll work if you have the Totalman cup size 3 and below. Beyond that, it's not gonna work. It's pretty accurate, which is good. Other things that I didn't like is how it scratches here at the top. You can see how it ends when I'm like moving it around. So you get a scratched up thing. It's only a visual thing. It doesn't really change the function. But yeah, just something to be aware of because it's like metal on metal, so it like scratches it up. But yeah, its biggest flaw is the fact that it just takes up so much real estate here. So would I recommend it? I would only recommend it if you're using the Totalman cups size 3 and below, or you're using some sort of other smaller adapter. You got to make sure that you have enough real estate. So here, let me just show you the picture so you can have the ruler, so you can have a frame of reference. So there you go. You can sort of compare that with whatever adapter you're using and see if you have enough real estate there. So there you go. I think it has its flaws. It has some pretty big flaws. Unfortunately, I couldn't use it the way that I wanted to. It really gets in the way. And it's not nearly as nice as like the Hog or the Best Extender, which has a built-in mechanism on the sides, on the rods right here, where you can actually see the tension. So just for reference here, this is what it looks like on the Hog Extender. These basically move right here. So with like the Hog, you're not using any sort of real estate here in this area to have the scale, to have the tension bar here. And it's the same with the Best Extender, as you can tell. However, the Best Extender doesn't have a whole lot of real estate itself, but at least you can use it with the larger Totalman cups or the LG hanger, even though it has like a slimmer profile here. Whereas with the clip-on and the Apex, you cannot. So should you get it? Well, I think if you own an Apex and you have the real estate, basically you're using like the Totalman cups size 3 and below, you should absolutely get it. It is a must-have, especially if you want to be scientific about your routine. Specifically, I recommend the Restorix routine, which uses dynamic tension adjustment, which I mentioned earlier. And essentially what happens, they have a study, and basically the urologist that designed the Restorix device basically discovered is when you're applying tension, your penile tissues are going to start to relax such that you're going to start to lose tension as you wear the device. So what you have to do is when you wear the device and you still have it on, you have to dynamically add tension to stay at a constant tension. And you can gain with as little as 5 to 7 pounds if you're a newbie in the first 3 to 6 months, and you will see gains. And you should do it at least 90 minutes a day. The more the better. You start getting diminishing returns after 6 hours. So you can do it a maximum of 6 hours a day. I don't believe in rest days. So the more is the better, and you will see gains. And so basically that's really the only time that you should buy this clip-on gauge. Otherwise, if you have the Apex, yeah, you should buy it. But if you don't, then I would suggest that you look elsewhere or wait. I believe that the Apex 2.0 is going to have a built-in scale that's going to be more ergonomic, where it doesn't actually take up the this room here. So there you go. That's my review on the Apex clip-on gauge. And there you go. Another short and sweet product review. As you know, I bought this myself. This was not sent to me for free. I just really wanted to try it out with my Apex extender. I always try my best to give you the most unbiased reviews, but I do appreciate any sort of support that you can give me, whether it's likes, subscriptions, or throw some shekels my way via that Cash App. Everything helps. And if you like this video, check out these other videos which may be relevant to you, and I'll see you next time. Peace.